Hey, Dustin Tippett here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How you doing today? Good. Man, gotta have a clean shirt playing this game here. Ugh. Hey, we're financial advisors with dirty shirts today, and I want to talk to you about something that I've been getting a lot of questions on this actually. So you can schedule a call on our website. Keep in mind, I can't give you specific advice if you're not a customer, but I can help you decide if you should be doing something with us or if you should go somewhere else, and kind of at least give you some guidance there. And we keep track of everything we talk about on all these calls. We keep track of the quantity of the calls, how long they last, what we talked about, what people seem to be stuck on, what people are excited about, and you guys are all excited to retire early. So I thought we'd do a video. I've done something like this in the past. What account types should you use if you want to retire early, right? It's funny how this works. When the economy's going well, everything's good, people are like, I'm gonna retire early, man. Look at my balance. My balance is going up. I got money in the bank. I got a good job. But when the economy gets a little soft, we lose that dream. That dream goes out the window. We go into survival mode. Well, I want you guys to start preparing for that ahead of time. Most of you will live, pretty much all of you will live through some kind of economic recession. It's going to happen at some point. So let's quit guessing when it's going to happen. Start talking about how you can prepare for it. What account type should you have if you want to retire early? The first and foremost, I've said this a million times, you probably already know what I'm going to say. The first is the 401k, 403b, 457, right? Do you have these plans at work? You got any of those plans? You got to start there, right? That's the honest answer. I don't make a single penny off of anybody who has one of those accounts. I can't. The 401k company makes the money. I'm not ashamed to say it, but I can't. Doesn't mean I don't want to help, and it doesn't mean that's not the right answer. So although it's difficult to have a general video about where you should put your money if you want to retire early, you got to start there, right? There's a couple reasons for this. Number one, you've always heard me say in all the previous videos, you go up to the match when you make deposits to either one of those accounts. If they offer you 3%, you gotta put in at least 3% of your own money. That's 3% free money. I don't care if you have debt, right? If you have a little debt, no big deal. If you're just, riddled in it and you spent your 20s or whatever buying stuff you shouldn't have bought on a credit card, there's always an exception, right? But if you're not putting money in that 401k, number one, you're not getting the free match there, but number two, there's a little bit of a rule in the equation here. The rule basically says you can start taking money out early if you're going to retire early. So 55 to 59, anywhere in this camp, 59 and a half, you could take out money, right? You could start retiring early. Most of us know this as the rule. The 401k, 59 and a half, anything over that, you start taking your money out and you're happy as can be, you live a great retirement. However, you could technically start at 55. The rule is you have to be fired, you have to quit, or you have to retire from your job in the year that you're 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, right? It's got to be that job. You retire from that job, your 401k is there, you go, okay, I'm 56. So I hung in until 56, but I want to retire early. You can start pulling money out. Now, if we know this ahead of time, and that rule is not expected to change, we will assume that it won't change, but if we know this ahead of time, this is one of those instances where you may want to put a little bit more in that 401k. Of course, there's the tax argument there, pre-tax versus post-tax and everything, but the Roth 401k counts too. So this is a case where you might want to say, I get it, Dustin, up to the match, but I'm going to retire early, so I'm going to throw a few extra dollars in there as well, whatever moves you towards your goal, right? So always only save for your goal. So that's the 401k, 403b, 457, right? You could take the money out starting at 55. Some people say, 53. I want to retire at 53, maybe 52 or something like that. If that's the case, then you also want to have potentially a Roth IRA if you qualify for it and you want to have one and everything. And here's how we're going to look at this. Let's say you've got a 401k and you just saw that advice and you go, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to start pulling out at 56. I'm going to officially take money out of my 401k at 56. I'll retire from my job. But there's a chance that I will retire early, right? So I got 59 and a half. If I retire early, that 56 goes out the window. I can't do it anymore, right? Because the rule is I have to retire, quit, or be fired from the age of 55 to 59. So a lot of people will say, okay, I'm going to have this Roth IRA here, and what I'm going to do is, in my head, I want to retire at 52, 53. If that works, let's say 53. If that works, I know that I can't do this anymore. So now I've got to fill this gap between my new retirement age and 53, right? And so we're sort of layering things here. If you don't retire early, you've got the plan of the 401k. You could, of course, use the Roth IRA. If you retire early, it's a larger gap that you have to fill. What that means is you more than likely want to focus on those accounts to get them loaded up. Now, the Roth has a max, of course. It's $6,000 this year. If you're over 50, it's $7,000. But you may want to play the game with those two accounts or your Roth 401k as well, so that you can either fill the gap between here and there, 56 and 59, or 53 and 57, okay? Now, the last account, but certainly not the worst account. A lot of people give these accounts a lot of grief. Let's say it's a taxable account, right? This would be your final choice if you are going to retire much earlier, right? Let's say you want to retire at 50, I don't know. Then you're a fire movement person, you're like, I'm in this thing, I'm going to retire early, it's going to be great. Now you're using this to fill the gap because this doesn't count anymore. You retired at 50, which means you can't do the 55-year rule. That doesn't exist. You've got your Roth IRA and you're filling that up, and that might fill a gap, some gap in there. And so then this is going to fill whatever this gap is, right? Maybe it's going to make you to, like, let's say 57, right? This can all be worked out for you, by the way. You know, it's just a matter of strategizing this thing. 59 and a half. So now what happens here is we got a taxable account to fill the gap. Then the Roth IRA is going to take over, but the Roth IRA may not have enough money to spread between 53 and 59. And so you say that taxable account's going to help me get most of the way. The Roth IRA, my contributions, I'm going to start pulling out early from there. That'll get me to 59, and the 401k will take over from there, and that'll help me sort of balance out this equation of me retiring early, right? Did I just confuse the hell out of you? I feel like that was a confusing video. Maybe we should start over. All right, so if you want to, I'm just kidding. All right, so think of your accounts in layers here. Now, if you think of them in layers, what it allows you to do is go, okay, well, what's the number? How many dollars should go in the 401k? How many dollars should go in the Roth? And do I even need that taxable account? It allows you to start strategizing here, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, dollars. Do you have enough dollars going into the Roth? Do you have enough time to get that Roth big enough to fill the gap? Are you really planning on retiring at 55, 56, 57? Or are you a 50-year-old, I got to do it, man. 50 years old, I'm out. I don't like my job. I'm saving up all my money, right? And so this is where it's tough because there's always going to be a unique situation for everybody there. It's something we help all of our customers with. We actually give them the financial planning software that all the planners use where it'll break down. It'll actually show you. Taxable starts, 401k or whatever takes over from there. The Roth maybe comes last or starts first or whatever. It'll actually show you where the dollars go and if you have enough dollars expected in your accounts there. So pretty cool stuff there. Anyways, I hope I didn't confuse you there. Enjoy the rest of your day. By the way, we do a show every day. It's live at 5 o'clock on our YouTube channel, Jazz Wealth Managers. It's called The Closing Beat, and we go over the stock market, lots of geeky stats, interesting things like that. I hope you'll check it out. If I helped you in some way, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs down if I messed you up. I understand. If I messed this all up today, I got it. I'll take the heat. It's all good. Enjoy.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.